Greetings, Patricia, and hello to Patricia's colleagues at UTS. I wanted to take this opportunity to just do a brief walkthrough of Vistas, just a general orientation of what you can find on the super site, highlighting all of the tools and resources. So here we are on our landing page. I have a couple different courses created. For you as the instructor, you always know exactly what's going on in each course and each section. You always have a section average. We don't really have many students enrolled here, but you have a section average. You know your student. If there's anything coming up as far as assignments, you'd find them here. Anything that you need to grade, so anything that's open-ended, you would see here. And then if any students need help, students have the ability to raise their virtual hand, and you can turn that on or off. But if that is on, which it is on here, that you would see a notification here if students needed help. So we're going to go into content and then activities, and this is where you will find basically the bulk of the content in Vistas. Every single lesson is featured here, and you can use the drop down and navigate here in the lesson carousel. Every lesson is divided into a number of sections, which are a mirror image of what you find in the book. They're all color-coded. They match the book. We find that with an easier navigation, students are less anxious if they know exactly where they are. So let's go into a later lesson. Let's go into lesson 8, and we'll see here that all of your strands are highlighted down the left-hand side of the page. The activities are found, so for contextos, we have all of our activities here. You have some low-stakes presentations and tutorials for both vocabulary and grammar that you can assign and that students can do that are not graded, because there are tutorials where students aren't necessarily asked to produce anything. And then you have practice activities which correspond with the content in the book. You have a different iconography here, from mouse icons, which tells you is replicated from the book, to headset icons, which tells you it's an audio activity. Anytime you see an Apple icon, it means that it's instructor graded, it's open-ended, and you would need to assess that. A microphone tells you that it's a recording activity. You'll also find different types of chat activities. This is a video virtual chat, and this gives students an opportunity to practice their speaking skills in Spanish with an avatar. So it is not synchronous. I guess it could be synchronous. It's basically it's an asynchronous activity, where the students are responding to an avatar. So they choose their gender and they respond to questions from the avatar. The other type of chat activities are partner chats, and we'll talk a little bit about that when we get to those. You'll find that in every single lesson, you have a fotonovela video, which is an integrated video, completely integrated. The storyline was written for the textbook. It is to present all of the vocabulary and grammar in context. It's comprehensible input, and it serves as a bridge, again, between the vocab and grammar. You have 4 different videos. You have the fotonovela, you have the en pantalla, the flash cultura. The en pantalla, are commercials, news reports, authentic content that correlates with the theme. The flash cultura, we filmed those in, I believe, 9 different Spanish-speaking countries, and they cover a variety of different topics, and those correlate with the theme. And then in the panorama section, you have 2 different cultural videos. 2 different cultural videos, and those are more like BBC documentaries. So in total, you have 5 pieces of video per lesson. Every piece of video has some type of practice, previewing, post-viewing, so it's not, in isolation. And then the skill building in the Vistas program is pretty strong for every single, for reading, writing, listening, and speaking, and culture. But we have a lectura, which students can access they can access the text here. They could also go into the virtual text as well. They can listen to native speaker audio reading the passage. They also, in terms of skill building, you have a writing activity, and it's a pretty robust writing activity that's presented in every single lesson with practice as far as, creating a draft, a lot of different suggestions and tips for that piece of writing, listening, and then you also get into the videos, which we've talked about. If we'll go up here to the top, we'll see, I'll just open the virtual text, and this is the entire textbook, the entire Vistas textbook. Students can navigate by section. And here we are in our grammar section. Note that you also have grammar tutorials. There are two types of grammar tutorials. One is they're all animated. It's a cute professor who's talking. We have some where they can just watch the tutorial. We have some that there's actually a comprehension check halfway through the tutorial. So it's a nice way for students to check their comprehension. And again, they can navigate anywhere in the vText through this link. So the vText, the online textbook, is directly connected to the super site. So there is really a ton in here. I encourage you I would be happy to give you trial access for you to look on your own. There's a calendar, there's an assignment engine, there's a full gradebook, which basically gives you data, reports, and analytics in terms of how students are doing. You always have a full overview of how students are doing in terms of average score, time spent, any late work. You can accept late work for one student or multiple students at one time. It's a pretty powerful platform. I'll close with just saying that the super site it's on the Maestro platform. We are in the 3.0 version of the platform. The platform was designed for language learning, specifically for language learning. There are some platforms out there that are used for multiple disciplines, but since language learning is very different than other subjects, this platform was designed specifically for that. There are speech recognition tools, partner chat activities. It's very, very robust. So I'd be happy to walk any of you through it when convenient for you, and certainly I'd be happy to give you access so you can examine it on your own time. Thanks so much. Please let me know if you have any questions.